Welcome back to Around the Footballing World. Francis Maxwell here from TYT Sports. Joining me again, the true Geordie. Delighted to have him on this week. Straight to a talking point which has took the world by storm. Lionel Messi apparently out for 6 to 7. Some are even stating 8 weeks with a slightly torn MCL. Now, I'm no knee specialist, but I know when anything tears, it's not exactly a good thing. So Barcelona fans are probably cringing at seeing this, Geordie. What did you think initially when you heard this news? Did you feel the worst? Did you think, okay, Barcelona are a team that are equipped to kind of deal with this? Or were you, I mean, I think everyone in the footballing world just genuinely was a little bit taken back because you don't want to see the world's best player, potentially the best player ever, to go down with an injury.
Yeah, it speaks volumes, mate, considering, you know, he's not a Newcastle player, but normally if a Newcastle player gets injured, I might be like, oh, God. Some players who get injured, I'm actually delighted. But most of the time, I'm devastated, you know. And when I heard about Messi, it was like one of the Newcastle players have been injured. You love him that much. He's such a great player. When he hurts his knee, you think, God, that can alter your career permanently. That could absolutely destroy your career. So just hoping he's all right. But Messi, he's had a few injuries, and he always seems to come back just as strong as before. So I'm sure he will this time. How do you see it, mate?
I mean, I was a little worried. I'm the exact same, but I want to get into a talking point that me and you, I know, are both going to rip apart. We are going to rip this apart. This is what the Americans like to call a stat, a statistic, a great big stat. So let's take a look at the quote from Graham Hunter from ESPN, and I'll read it aloud, and then both me and you can sink our teeth into it. So, had Messi been absent, or I'll read it out the way it should be read out, all right. Had Messi been absent from September 21st to November 22nd last year, the span that medics are currently predicting he'll miss, not a single Barca result in La Liga would have been changed. They'd have lost out on 9 goals and a handful of assists. But while the goal margins would have shrunk in many instances, not one single result would have been altered. Wins would remain wins. The solitary draw and 2 defeats would remain untouched too. Graham Hunter, ESPN FC.
Fucking... Oh, ESPN FC. I do feel for you. I feel for you that you've got such a fucking bonehead getting paid to come out with that shit. Are you for real, mate? Like, do you actually discount the fact that just because Lionel Messi didn't make the final ball to make the assist or put the ball in the back of the net, that he didn't line up the first 3 or 4 passes that set that whole move in motion? You think that he had nothing to do with that? Do you really? Do you think that the mental intimidation factor that he has when he steps on the field against other teams doesn't make their defence step back 10 yards and invite the pressure on because, hold on a second, we're playing the greatest player of all time? You really think that has no bearing on the game? It doesn't even matter if he's on the pitch? What the fuck, mate?
The funny thing is I was actually expecting like a broken down graph of like his 3rd and 4th assist rate actually as well. Well, you think about it, Messi actually had 4 or 5 passes that led up to that final pass, so we have to take that into consideration. No, you're absolutely ridiculous. No matter the statistics, there was a period during Barcelona's season, I think 2 years ago, where and even towards at the start of last season, where Messi went on a goal drought. But he was still influencing every single attacking move. Just as you said, even if he doesn't touch the ball, how much consideration is the opposition taking into the fact that Lionel Messi's on the field and they're going to leave Neymar with an extra couple of inches. They're going to leave Suarez with that gap in behind because they're so worried about the world's best player. It is just... It's honestly the stupidest thing I've ever seen in that quote. And as you said, someone who's in a position of power, in a position of influence is going to write that and people are going to read it. People are going to be like, oh, that makes sense. Barcelona are great. They're going to be able to completely handle things without Messi because statistically they were able to do it. It's ridiculous. But there is one thing that I will say from a lighter note. It could have came at a far worse time. It could have happened towards the end of the season when they've got bigger games than I imagine in the Champions League and La Liga. It could have happened to a team that is less equipped to deal with that. If this happened to... I think Real Madrid are doing well this season, don't get me wrong. But I think if this happened to Ronaldo, I think Real Madrid would suffer a little bit more because Barcelona have built a team chemistry, obviously around Lionel Messi, but you see Suarez and Neymar just thrive in that team. And I'm not saying that they're going to be able to perform the same way, but it will ask questions of Luis Enrique. So what formation do you think? Do you think they'll run with the 4-3-3 still and bring in Munir like they did? Or do you think they'll try and maybe partner Neymar and Suarez as a front two?
I mean, Neymar and Suarez could easily go as a front two because they are that good. We're talking here about a team in Barcelona that haven't just got the best player in the world. They've arguably got 3 and 4 in that team as well. Yeah. So they could do that if they wanted, but I don't think changing the whole system is a good idea. I think they're so used to that system. Maybe just bring Munir in and use that way for now.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just don't think Luis Enrique needs to change that much, because when you think about what Messi does well, he's hard to mark. He doesn't take up a specific position on the field. So maybe this could play into someone like Neymar taking up that role from the left-hand side. Have Munir be the wide right. Have him take the defenders wide and stay in that role. And Neymar can tuck inside, because when you see Neymar with Brazil, he's constantly driving inside. He does it with Barcelona, but a lot of the time the ball goes to Messi and he peels wide, gets it in a wide area, then cuts in. So maybe he could definitely take the ball inside. But the one thing we want to see is we want to see a speedier recovery, because I just don't think an El Clasico is El Clasico without Lionel Messi.
Well, the next El Clasico is about 8 weeks away.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed he should be just ready for the El Clasico.
Yeah, I think so as well. Well, we want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. Check out the True Geordie's YouTube channel and his gaming channel. Fantastic coverage over there. We'll be talking about many more subjects surrounding Lionel Messi. Maybe there'll be another stat out there about Messi, about maybe his career at Barcelona didn't actually mean anything, because the goals added up meant that they could have beat their opponents, outscoring him. I don't even know where I'm going with this.
He should have been a goalkeeper, mate. He should have been a goalkeeper.
All right, let you guys know in the comment section below. Check us out on Twitter. Check the True Geordie's Twitter out at Francis_Maxwell as well, and come back again and subscribe.